Hey everyone, welcome to the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you are all doing well. I am sharing another pack with me video. This was the first time I have gone on any real sort of vacation in a year, literally a year. So it had been too long. So I am packing for Savannah, Georgia in this video. So I'm gonna share the pack with me portion, which is gonna be how I organize my suitcase and kind of like my packing process, which I feel like I have honed in on pretty well. I definitely consider myself a pretty pro packer when it comes to flying and minimizing the amount of stuff you bring and getting everything condensed down to fit nicely. So hopefully I can give you guys some packing motivation, ideas, inspiration, and all that good jazz. All right, so getting started here, first up, I always just pull my suitcase out of my closet and lay it out. I noticed that there was a bunch of sand in my suitcase. Last year I went to Mexico, so that was the last time I used my suitcase, so I needed to give it a little bit of a vacuum. And this trip to Savannah is actually my own bachelorette trip. So I have a bunch of party favors that I've made that I needed to transport. For a short trip, I normally just pack a carry-on, which would be the suitcase, but since I had all these extra party favors, I decided to check one bag going there, which was gonna be this one. I have all these cups for my friends, so I decided to roll them up in a pair of sweatpants, as well as my blanket. And then I have a bunch of these packing cubes that I like to use to organize a bunch of my stuff. I am using one of the larger ones here to put my shoes in, as well as slippers. I always bring slippers with me whenever I travel. I also needed to pack my little hand steamer for my fancy dress that I wanted to wear since I knew it would get all wrinkly. And here we've got some more party favors and decorations. I just grabbed a bunch of cheap crap from the Dollar Tree, and then I did make kind of a fun fancy banner with my Cricut. If you make it to the end of this video, you will then hear a little bit more details about the trip and my sob story of getting my phone stolen. So that's at the end of the video if you're interested in that little story time. And now I'm gonna pack all of my makeup. I recently got this new little travel makeup case on Amazon. This is my first time using it for travel purposes. I really like it. It fits a really good amount and it's pretty compact. In the past, I've had a bad habit of overpacking makeup for sure, especially when I travel somewhere where I know it's gonna be sticky and humid and warm. So I pretty much just packed the bare essentials. And here's my little eyelash holder. I love this little case. It keeps them nice and protected and organized. This is also from Amazon. I'll have this and a bunch of my other packing accessories you see in this video linked in the description box. And now I'm gonna pack a few pieces of jewelry. I wanted to show off these earrings that I found years ago at a garage sale. I totally forgot that I had them, and they definitely fit the vibe that I was going for with this trip. And I just think they were such a good garage sale find. So I'm using this little secret pouch that came with my packing cube. And now I am going to start packing all of my liquids and bathroom products. I keep this pink container here just full of travel size products. It just makes it really easy to have them all in one place. And every time I travel, I can just pull this out and pick out what I want out of here. I also keep a little pouch of Q-tips and cotton balls. And I have this clear little pouch that I'd shove all of my liquids in. It is packed to the max. And now I am going to start arranging everything in my suitcase here. My cat Abaddon has a thing for suitcases. He always likes to lay in mine or Sam's suitcases when we have them out. He thinks he's helping, but he's not. So I rearranged things in here 1,000,001 times to try to pack it to the max capacity
making use of every little nook and cranny, getting as much in there as possible. Sometimes this might take a little bit of time, which it did this time since I did have more items than I would normally travel with. And I had a couple of moments of frustration in here, but I ended up making it work. That is going to be my check bag, and I pretty much tried to fit as many non-clothes items in there as I could. And now we are going to be moving on to packing my duffel bag, which will be my carry-on, and it will have all of my clothes. So I basically just packed a bunch of comfortable dresses to wear, as well as like my one fancy going out dress. And typically I will roll everything army style to make the most use of space. It was actually kind of unnecessary in this case. My duffel bag was not super packed. But I also feel like with rolling you end up with a little bit less wrinkles. And then I also just packed some comfy clothes, some shorts, leggings, sweatpants, that sort of thing. And now I am packing up my backpack, which is my personal item on the plane. I always bring snacks with me because I hate paying the prices for airport food. Got some granola bars and mandarin oranges. And basically just anything I want easy access to. So I've got some medication, I've got my little crossbody purse, I ended up putting my makeup in here, my headphones, and I did have some expired Southwest drink coupons, which I didn't know if they would take, but they do. One of the flight attendants told me they're gonna take drink coupons up to 2 years old because of the pandemic.
So I went to Savannah, Georgia for my own bachelorette trip. So I guess this is also kind of an informal announcement that I'm getting married. So I think a lot of people actually who watch my channel think Sam and I are already married. We're not. I did not make any sort of like social media announcement about getting engaged or getting married, just because like it's just not my thing to do that. Like, I don't feel like I have to announce it and be like, look at me. It's just, that's not my thing. But I'm not also like trying to keep it a secret or anything either. But it's a thing. We are eloping, so it's not gonna be a whole to-do shebang. We're both pretty low-key people. Also untraditional people, I'd say too, so it's not gonna be a whole ordeal. We got engaged back in September. I proposed to him, but anyways, even though we're not doing like a very traditional wedding situation, I knew I wanted to do a bachelorette trip with all of my closest friends. Basically because it's an excuse to A, go on a vacation, and B, every single one of my friends are obligated to make attendance with no excuses. So that was pretty much my driving factor behind that. And I picked Savannah, Georgia because if you know me, I am super into history and architecture, and Savannah, in the US at least, is one of like the oldest cities in America still remaining. There's so much history there, and the architecture and the houses and the interiors are just to die for. I just like had heart eyes the entire time I was there. I can't wait to go back. I was only there for like 3-4 days, but I loved everything about it. I also did like kind of a spooky theme because if you know me, I like horror, I like spooky things. A lot of people consider Savannah to be the most haunted city in America. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but I enjoy that kind of stuff. We did a ghost tour, all that jazz, so in my wheelhouse of fun activities. Now I am lagging with uploading this video because I did experience some unfortunate drama while I was there. my phone got stolen, which was super unfortunate. There is a chance that I lost it, but I'm almost positive it was stolen. This is just gonna be a little bit of a story time and me complaining about the situation. Outside of this phone debacle, the trip was great. I had so much fun. I love my friends. It was so nice to be with everyone. It was awesome. The phone thing sucked mostly because it was a brand new phone that I got like less than 3 months ago. It was the newest iPhone, which was the iPhone 13 Pro Max. So like the fancy, most expensive iPhone. It was a brand new, very exciting upgrade for me because I think my phone previous to that was an iPhone 6 or 7. Really old phone, and I specifically made the upgrade so I could keep up with everybody on social media with all the stupid videos and TikTok nonsense. So essentially what happened is we went out on a Friday, I think it was Friday night. We were at a club. This was like my first time actually going out since the pandemic. It was weird. Anyway, I had a crossbody purse on, and I know that my phone was in there when we went into the club because obviously I had to like pull out my ID and I would have noticed it was gone. Anyway, at some point while we were there, I look in my purse and my phone is missing. And I am like, what the heck? I retraced all of my steps, including the bathroom and the bar, areas that I had been looking for it. I could not find it. I talked to the bartenders, the bouncers, all the people, bugged the crap out of everybody. Everybody probably hated me at this point, but I could not find it and I was never able to locate it. What tips me off is thinking it was stolen rather than me just like losing it. Like I said, which could be a possibility. It could have just like flew out of my purse and landed somewhere completely like hidden, and maybe it broke, who knows. But essentially like people are calling the phone, like my friends, and it went straight to voicemail, which means somebody turned it off if it didn't break, if I lost it, because it wasn't about to die when I had it. So someone definitely turned the phone off. After my phone had been lost and I made the rounds trying to find it around this club, and basically it was like lost cause at this point, but I was like, I can't let this ruin my night. And everybody remembers it. I'm literally crying on the dance floor. Like, I was so upset about my phone, but I was so insistent that I wasn't going to go home and let this ruin my night. And I was dancing with my friends and everyone's just like, I looked over at you and there was tears streaming down your face. But I'm like, yeah, trying to have a good time. I made it through. It's just a phone. I know like it's not the end of the world. It's just the fact that it was A, the most expensive phone that pretty much anyone can buy, and B, pretty brand new, essentially, like 2 months if that old. So, and outside of that, highly inconvenient when you're traveling and you lose your phone. Thank goodness I was traveling with one of my friends who lives where I live, and we flew together, so otherwise I probably would have had some struggles. Everybody else was coming from other places, so thank goodness I had my friend Nina with me, so there would be no travel issues. So at this point, this has been like 2 weeks ago, and I've still not been able to locate it with the Find My iPhone and all that jazz. My biggest gripe is I did not have all my photos backed up to the iCloud, so I was very sad to lose all of my pictures and videos that I took while we were on this trip. We had already toured a bunch of old, beautiful homes that I took so many like artsy, fartsy, beautiful photographs of, and so I'm super sad I have none of that. I have to harass my friends to give me some pictures, as well as the party favors that I made for this event. I spent a lot of time on, and I filmed and photographed them really nicely to A, show you guys, and B, list in my Etsy shop. but all those are gone now, which is unfortunate. I worked so hard on them. They were so cute. But I ended up getting a new phone, got the same phone. So that situation was just really crappy. Thank you for listening to me complain. But like I said, it didn't ruin the trip. I still had a really good time. Savannah is probably the most beautiful city in the US that I have ever been to. So much of my own personal decor and interior style and influence comes from that time period, which a lot of those preserved homes are from there. People back then just decorated so different than they do now, and I just swooned going into these homes. And we toured 2 different historical homes that are like basically museums now, and I appreciate some of my friends so much for indulging me and doing this, because I know it's not everybody's thing. But I think everybody had a good time. Like I said, I absolutely loved it. I can't wait to go back there. All right, so that's a abridged version of my Bachelorette, aka hen party story, and my phone sob story, as well as packing and preparing with me for this trip. Kind of a hodgepodge of a video, but if you're still watching, thanks so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already for more lifestyle content like this. And I will see you all very soon in my next video. Bye!